We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. With Maxwell Silverhammer. We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Yeah, bitches. This is Nothing Sacred. I am Maxwell Silverhammer, and I'm flying solo today because Cruise Control could not be with us. But I do have Alex from Predator Poachers on with me. Alex, what's going on, man?
How's it going? I appreciate you having me on.
Man, I appreciate you taking the time to come on. So tell us, because there's a lot of people who aren't familiar with what you do and that type of thing. What is Predator Poachers?
Predator Poachers, I like to explain as the ghetto Walmart version of To Catch a Predator. But for those that don't know what To Catch a Predator is and that whole concept, it's basically you pose as an underage kid online, whether it's a dating app, a chat room, any social media app, anything. You pretend to be an underage kid online. You make a profile of an underage kid online, and you sit there and wait for people to hit up the account. You tell them the age, and you basically know if somebody's a pedophile or a predator or not based on how they react to this said underage account. It's basically a sting operation on predators or pedophiles.
Nice. Has anybody ever come back and tried to sue you or any crazy shit, or because I know there's always a scumbag looking for a loophole somewhere.
Yeah, no, I've had 4 cease and desist letters, but 2 of them were when I first started. And, I kind of got scared. I was just 19 at the time with barely any backing subs, no money. So, I kind of caved in and was just scared. But then I got 2 more when I was more acclimated to how the laws are and how everything works. And the last 2 that I got, I just made those predators more famous because of them. So,
I noticed a few times you'll lie to them and you'll say, "Oh no, this isn't going to go online."
Yeah. Lying's justified when somebody's trying to have sex with a kid. So,
oh sure,
I don't really have a conscience about that.
Right. It's kind of like, well, fuck them. They're a ped, and they're gonna get what they're gonna get.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, damn. Well, what's crazy too is you've had a lot of. I noticed mentally retarded people. I've seen 2 videos now where there were the retarded couple at the mall that you caught. And then there was the one you did recently, which really made my blood boil, by the way, man. That was they tried to play the special needs card. You're harassing a guy with special needs.
Right,
what happened with that, man?
So, we don't target special ed predators. We go after people that go after us, So we catch whoever we get, and if they happen to be special needs, they happen to be special needs. But this last predator that we had, who was special needs, he had a major foot fetish, which I guess you could call a special needs. Not many people need feet in their fucking life.
Actually, I'm a foot guy, man. I do but I like women that are I like older women, to be honest with
you. Yeah. And I'm a football player. I used to be, so I know exactly what you mean. But he had a foot fetish for an 8-year-old girl, though. So
that's pretty fun.
That excludes you from that. Yeah. So that's a very, very special need. So he was also developmentally disabled, retarded, as I like to say.
Yes.
Which many people don't like me saying. But he was retarded, and we confronted him at his job, and he knew exactly what he was doing. He immediately broke down, cried. Then 15 minutes later, we get kicked out from his job. Then we follow him on the short retard bus home, to his little care facility. And, then we confronted him on the bus. It was very bizarre, to say the least.
It was very strange. And here's the thing. Like I said, the thing that pissed me off was not obviously that you were messing with the special. This guy deserved that. If he's getting on an adult site, saying adult things, then guess what? He's going to get treated like an adult. So the thing that pissed me off was the fact that the guy at the store, who blew you off and said, "No, this shouldn't be here. You shouldn't." No, fuck this guy. Obviously, right. Don't keep him on. Look what he's doing. He's getting online, and he needs to take some personal accountability. I hate that. They say that, because you're mentally retarded. It's a liberal way of thinking, man.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I mean, that whole ideology is based on lack of personal responsibility and blaming whatever problems you have on something else. So I mean, it's just a very toxic, sad way to view the world.
Yeah, I know. And even the cops were doing it. You're harassing a guy with special needs. And it's like, hey, listen, and you obviously showed them the chats and the whole bit. What wound up happening? They didn't arrest you or anything, did they?
So the chats might as well have just said "get out of jail free" because that's exactly what the hell it was. Like they were going to arrest me for assault, even though I didn't touch the guy. But I think screaming at someone's face can be counted as assault, even though I wasn't doing that either. But they were going to arrest me for assault. So the thing that saved me was these pieces of paper with this guy lusting over an 8-year-old on it, which happened to be that retard.
Wow. Yeah. I'm just surprised that that he didn't get off the bus and go into the group home, because that would have been golden for you to talk with his caretakers or something.
Dude, that would have been minty as hell, man.
I'm surprised you didn't. Where were you? Where was the bus at? It wasn't at the facility, was it?
Oh, it was a rehab place, but I don't know. Like, it's bizarre. I don't like they said he had a caretaker. I didn't know he had a caretaker. Like, I didn't know he was this retarded. I just thought he was like a little slow.
Right.
Yeah, he had a caretaker. I don't know if he lived there or not, because he wasn't getting off the bus.
Well, I take that service myself, paratransit, and it's a door-to-door bus service for people with disabilities, and it's usually a shared ride service, so they don't always go straight to your, it's not like a Lyft ride or something,
Right.
So they'll pick you up. Like, for instance, the other day when I got picked up from work, we had two stops before they got me home. So it might have been a pickup, and you guys just happened to jump on the guy's bus, and it's just like, oh
yeah,
shit.
That's probably why the driver. He was the only one on the bus. Probably why the driver let us on. Like, I just said, "Can I talk to Eric for a second?" And she's like, "Yeah." So, it was fun.
So what even got you into this kind of thing, man, to make you go, you know what, this is what I want to do, man?
I've always wanted to be a police officer. I'm only 20 myself. Like, I'm still too young to be a police officer. Yeah, I'm 20.
I thought I thought it was 18.
Oh, in Houston, it's 21. I mean, yeah, it's 18 in some places, but I'm just like saying where I'm from. You got to be 21 in Houston.
Oh.
And I don't know. We had off from football. I played college football for a year at Texas Southern. And we finally had summer break. It's not really a break. It's more like 3 weeks after working my ass off the whole year.
Right.
So we had 3 weeks off, and I just got really into these videos. Like, I just thought they were crazy. Like, the whole school year, I was just going to sleep at 10 p.m., waking up for workouts like at 5:30. Like, I was disciplined as hell, but I let myself go in those 3 weeks, just freaking binge watching these videos all night, and it looks super, super fun. And I was just bored one night. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna give it a try." And I've always wanted to be a police officer too, like I just said. But I just thought, hey, I wonder how it would go if I tried this. And ever since then, it's just been like what I've been doing, and I've really developed a passion for it. Like, talking to victims of this, and it's really seeing the harm and how scumbag these people are that we confront. Yeah, it's become more than just what the hell, let me go do this. It's really become like a passion of mine.
Well, I know you probably got better equipment, and obviously you got a bunch of guys with you now. So how did you recruit all these dudes to do this thing?
They were all high school friends, and they did it with me since pretty much day one. And now that it's turned into like basically our jobs now, it's quite the experience. It's quite the experience, and it's cool that we get to do this thing like the same people we hung out with in high school. Like, it's a cool experience.
Well, it's cool, man, because most time people from high school, it's like, well, what do they end up as? And now it's like, well, now you guys are my Predator Poacher posse, as it were.
Exactly.
But anyway, sorry, I was just looking at something. So, are you ever gonna go for the police officer thing, or you think that's kind of a past dream?
No, it's still my dream, but this is just what I'm doing right now, and I don't want to look too far in the future. I just take things day by day and just try to make the most out of each day, because the way I look at it is, a beautiful picture is painted one stroke at a time. So, I don't even know what I'm painting yet. I just know that I'm trying to do a great stroke each day. So
nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I see a few other Predator Poacher channels too, like Predator Poacher Massachusetts, Predator Poachers Toronto. Are they affiliated with you, or is that just totally separate?
No, they are affiliated. In January of 2020, I decided just on a whim, really, to just branch out and like, hey, do you want to be Predator Poachers? This, that, just hit me up, talk to me. And, you know, luckily, Toronto and Massachusetts turned out to be just awesome, big kick ass. And, you know, the other branches are too, but especially those two, it just turned out to be kick ass. And I've become like really good friends with them and shit.
That's cool.
So yeah, no, but what made me start that? I don't know. Like a lot of this shit just happens on a whim. It just comes into my mind. I'm like, oh, this sounds good. Let's do it.
Were these guys fans? And you just kind of said, hey, you know, kind of threw out the offer, like, yeah, man, if you want to be a predator poacher, hit me up and we'll get it rolling.
Yeah, they were. But I put out like a community post, meaning like, hey, just hit me up. I'll talk to you. And yeah, so the first guy, his name was Nate from Toronto, hit me up. He doesn't do it anymore. Like he still watches and shit. I still talk to him, but just for, you know, personal reasons, he can't do the catches anymore. So, you know, Matt does it now, and Matt's, you know, it's like they didn't even skip a beat. Matt's just filling right in and doing great. So yeah, no, I'm glad that materializes into something really good.
That's cool. And obviously they have control over their own channels. They just put up their own channel and do the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They just have the name, and you know, we shout each other out. Like Toronto has been shouted out by a really big Canadian news source multiple times. So their Instagram is massive. So they help me out on there, and we shout out each other's videos out from time to time. So, you know, it's a good support. And we also, you know, just talk to each other like about our catches. It's good to have someone to talk to when you do this and just share ideas and stuff like that. Kind
of commiserate, like, oh man. But obviously, you know that no catch is the same. That's what makes these videos cool for me.
Right.
So. But yeah, no, and there was. Do you ever get that adrenaline rush when you're going out to catch the Preds? You know, like, oh shit, oh yeah, you know, like you're a little bit nervous.
I used to get that, but I don't know. It's kind of like Tom Brady. I'm sure going into like his 10 millionth Super Bowl, I think he just doesn't give a fuck. Well, I mean, not give a fuck, but you just don't feel like, you know, you don't feel that nervousness anymore. But it's still just as fun.
Right. It's like a day at the office for you, basically.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
man. Wow. Yeah, no, I love the vids, man. I watch. Well, here's what I like about yours is you always find a joke to stick in. Even as inappropriate as it may be, it still works, man. It's like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I try, man.
The jokes are awesome. I think that's your swag. You know, all the Predator Poachers, you know, are just the different, even the CC unit and all those guys, they all have their own little swag. And I think yours is kind of being the jokester guy that just fucks with these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, in freaking high school, I was like the one white kid, and college was that way too. Like, you know, one of the few only white kids, and especially on the football team. So, you know, when it's obviously in jest, but when you're getting called white boy and all this shit, you know, you gotta think of quick ways to fire back. So I think that translated over to predator catching.
Oh wow, that's cool. So you just kind of use that gift in your predator poacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Man, you know, there was that one crazy one, and you guys go all over the country. You don't just do it in your city. I've seen, you know, like the last one you did obviously was in Minnesota, and you've gone to where was it? Tennessee, I think it was.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fucking driving, man. I mean, how do you even? These guys just reach out to you from these other states, you know, on these sites, and you go, oh, let's go catch this guy, or what?
Yeah. So the way it works is we have a decoy account of an 8-year-old girl. And we use this girl named Alexandra. She's actually 18. However, we use an app called Face App to make her look super young. Like, it looks like an 8-year-old in the photos. We just have it on Instagram, and all these people add us. And we just ask, where are you from? And if they're like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, we're like, oh, we're from Atlanta too. You know, so this 8-year-old has moved to a lot of places around the country in these past 2 months, you know. Military
parents, right?
Yeah, of course. That's the story for some of these predators.
Right. Well, the one guy you caught, I remember where you went to the house and the whole family was there, and their sisters are listening to that shit. I think that was the guy you drove to the police station. Did you ever get any follow-up on him? Like, is he still incarcerated, or did they let him go, or what happened?
I don't think they even ended up incarcerating him.
Really?
Yeah, no, we just dropped him. He actually went missing. Like, literally a homicide detective called us. It's like, do you know anything about this? And I'm like, I just do not know why he's missing. Like, we filmed us leaving and departing him, and he was literally right in front of the police station, or like, you know, at the police station, and I guess they just let him go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's catch and release basically. They just took him in and probably didn't even do any paperwork, huh?
Probably not.
Wow.
No telling.
And you know what? That's the thing too. And this is a big misconception. When you call the police, obviously they're probably not going to arrest the dude. Talk about that a little bit as far as the process that you need to go through in this case.
Yeah, so a lot of critics say, "Oh, why don't you get them arrested? Why don't you get them arrested?" First of all, I don't have handcuffs, and I don't have a badge, and I don't have a gun, and I don't have a big ego, so I can't get them arrested.
Right.
And you know, a lot of times, cops have to look over the evidence. Like, they can't just arrest somebody for just, you know, just because we say, "Oh, he's here to have sex with an 8-year-old," because there is no 8-year-old like around. You know, it's
Right.
still against the law, because the law in a lot of states is if you believe there's an 8-year-old, then yeah, you're arrested, or yeah, you're charged with it. However, the cops can't make that judgment on the spot right there if they believe there was an 8-year-old. They have to look over the chats. They have to, you know, get all the evidence until they can make that decision whether that predator believed there was an 8-year-old. So yeah, that's why they can't arrest him on the spot.
So what's a tough thing to prove really in those cases?
Often not. Like, you know, in some cases the predator admits it on the spot and they arrest them. But you know, the chats, I mean, the chat logs are pretty damning. Like, we get a lot of info from these predators. Like, we don't just confront predators that are kind of wishy-washy, like, "Oh, let's just hang out. I mean, they're horrible too, but we really make sure they fuck themselves before we make them famous.
Right. So you get them to say a lot of things, then you're like, all right. And then who initiates the meeting usually? How does that work?
So who initiates the meeting? Oftentimes the predators do. But if it's, let's see, it's tough. Like in Houston, for example, when we do like these quicker catches, they always initiate the meeting. And obviously every single predator we talk to initiates the chatting. But the actual meeting, so it would be the actual meeting. Okay, the predator does. However, if we show up at a predator's job or house, that just means we know where they live and they've talked all this dirty shit and done all this. You know what I mean? Like, we just get them, you know, before they even set up a meeting.
Right. Well, I've seen a few where you've been on the phone with them and they're like, "Well, why don't you come over?" or something. So there have been some of those too. I guess.
Right. Yeah, but no, we always make sure they talk sexual first. We rarely even talk sexual. And yeah, no, if like it's a public place, they always initiate the meeting.
Wow, man. That's and how stupid too. You know, it's like you're talking to a kid, man. You know, you're asking for trouble.
I know. Like, how could an 8-year-old just Uber to you? It's just so weird, man.
Right. Well, even like your Jackson character, I think that's the teenage boy that you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
the voice that you do. It's that one's I'll tell you who's very good and with doing the looking like a kid is Ghost from CC Unit.
Yeah.
He does a great, like, he plays that whole, you know, "Hey, how you doing?" like the goofy teenager.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I've seen him do it up front. It's he needs to freaking drive up 2 hours and just go to Hollywood and just he needs to leave predator catching and go be a Hollywood actor and turn into a predator himself.
Right. Or he could play a predator catcher in a movie or something because he's that good.
Yeah, no, he'll play a predator catcher, but then when the cameras are off, he'll go fuck kids with the rest of the Hollywood actors.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's starting to pick up the Hollywood mentality. What about you've done some catches with CC Unit, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, let me get some water real quick.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, man, this is some. Actually, my water is empty. Explained why I had to piss earlier. But anyway, yeah, no, this is Predator Poachers. Go on YouTube, check that out. It's the YouTube channel. There's a lot of great content up there, and very educational. You back, man? I heard a click.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys have done. You and CC Unit have hooked up. Ghost have hooked up and done some catches. How did that materialize?
Oh, okay. So me and Ghost met. Okay, we were on this dating app called Grindr, searching for Preds. I hit him up. Apparently, it was his account. He's like, "I'm 12," and I'm 12 too. We actually fucked, and that's how we met. No, I'm just kidding.
I like it. Good story. I'm sure he'd like it too.
Yeah. He won't tell you how gay he is, but he's very gay. Trust me.
Is that it, man?
No, but okay. So he messaged. So he used to be a small. I mean, we all used to be small channels, but I used to have a big channel with 162,000 subs. Back in early 2020, I like moved from that channel, but so he hit me up when he had like 5,000 subs, and he hit me up with like a question, like, "Hey, this predator like wants to sue me." It was actually, ironically enough, a Hollywood actor that he caught.
Oh wow!
And yeah, you can't make this shit up. His name is Bolin. He's like freaking like not known, but nonetheless, he's an actor. And he hit me up saying like, "Oh, this guy wants to sue me," and so I was like, "Oh, man, I got this." So I pretended to be a lawyer on the phone to this predator multiple times, called Chet Goldstein. It's like this character that I play. Like,
oh, that's who Chet Goldstein is. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little alter ego where I just pretend to be a stereotypical Jew. So I actually hit up the predator, and me and the predator called on the phone while I was live streaming it, like for hours. And with that, he leaked his director's phone number. He leaked all of this info, and he got trolled extremely hard. And that's how me and Ghost bonded initially.
That's awesome, man. So needless to say, this guy won't be in any movies anytime soon, huh?
Yeah, well, actually, I think when they see that he's trying to go fucking underage kid, he'll be in many movies. So
that's true. That's revered out there. I forgot.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, I was trolling him so hard without him. He was an idiot. Like, I'm like, "Oy vey, when they see this video, they'll actually give you more roles, okay?" And he started laughing at that. Like, he's fucking.
Damn, is that video on your Chet Goldstein channel?
Oh, dude, this is from over a year ago, man. It was on. I did this when I was on the big channel. Like, I was just live streaming it. Yeah, no, it's like those are. If you know, you know. Like, that's a story that can only be passed on through word of mouth. So.
Wow. We got firsthand information here. That was the Zerk. What was your first one? Something Zerk.
Just Predator Poachers was my first channel.
Oh, okay. Because you were talking on something. I think it was a video I was watching today of you actually, and you said something Zerk. Somebody in Keenan Zerk.
Keenan Zerk. Oh yeah, those are these two. I mean, I don't really have beef with them, but we just talk shit to each other. Like, they're just funny to laugh at. They're just fucking losers. Like, I don't hate them or anything.
Okay. So that's not your channel. They're two different dudes then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, now speaking of YouTube channels and things, what happened with you and Rami, man? What was the deal with that?
Oh my guy.
Fuck.
So he was initially a branch of Predator Poachers. This dude. And trust me, I've confronted over 100 predators. This dude is the biggest liar, scheming bastard I've ever met in my life. So his first conversation to me was that he made $250,000 a year being a Dish Network TV salesman and a home insurance salesman. Dude is such a liar, man. He's a horrible liar after you figure out how manipulative he is. I mean, he cannot tell the truth about anything. And, I believed it at first. But his first he would always be over dramatic about these stories. His first red flag was he claimed he got shot at by a predator during a catch, or his cousin or something. And literally, he just never got shot at. And there's no proof of him getting shot at. He just completely made it up to get sympathy donations. He's very money hungry. He's a horrible person. And, he lied about stuff like a dark web hitman was after him. And he got like $1,500 in donations that night, saying that to his stupid ass audience. And he literally started crying and said, "Oh, guys, because of you, I can sleep. Because of your donations, I can sleep better."
Oh, God.
Yeah. And he fakes getting robbed. He took $600 to take a picture with a fan and never took the picture with him. The list can go on. And that's why I don't really hate even these predators that I catch. I really feel sorry for them, and I think they're pathetic rather than pure hatred. So, but I have pure hatred for Rami. He's evil, man. Like, he's like I don't know. Like, some of these predators, like it's their urges, I guess. Like, they're going to hell, but Rami's going to super hot mega fire hell.
Damn. So he's going to a deeper hell than the Preds will?
Yes, because he knows because he's consciously doing this, I guess you could say.
Damn.
He's evil,
wow.
man. Yeah. Pure
Well, I know because I watch him too, and I know for a while he was going by Predator Poachers New Jersey. Did you tell him at some point, hey, take that name off your channel, or what was the?
Oh yeah, dude. I did not want him associated, but yeah, dude. And then like he's very abusive towards and dude, I'm like not a feminist. I don't buy into any of that shit. But so if I'm saying this is how you know he's very abusive, like towards women and shit. Like,
oh wow,
druggy lies. He just doesn't tell the truth. He lies about who he catches. Like he claimed he caught the Jersey City police chief just to get more clicks on his video, and it was literally some random faggot with a thin blue line bumper sticker.
So the guy wasn't even a police chief.
No, he just probably had a men in uniform fetish. That's it.
Oh wow.
So next catch, I'm going to confront a 5'4" Hispanic dude and say I confront an NBA player just to get more clicks.
We'll be ready for that one, man. I'll be like, damn, that dude must be pretty dope on the court.
You got to address me as sir because I literally caught Roger Goodell, freaking commissioner of the NFL, on my last catch because it was a middle-aged white guy. So it's pretty much the same person. So,
so just you got to exaggerate a little bit, of course. You know.
Yeah.
Extra shit on it. Romney. Yeah, that's he's interesting guy, man. I like I said, I watch his stuff too. What I always wonder is he'll go live, and of course I can't catch it live, but what I'll do later is I'll try to watch, it'll be in my notifications. I'll click on it and it'll say this video is private. And I think the one was the thing about him having COVID.
I see, dude, there's so much shit on the guy that I forget. Like everything. Yeah. So whether he had COVID or not is debatable. All I do know, he was vaping in the hospital room, titling his stream, "I'm literally dying." And as he's dying while vaping in the hospital room while having, I don't even know how he got a vape in there, while having COVID, he's like, "Guys, like, be sure to smash that like button, guys." Like, he literally says this. It's ridiculous, man.
Oh, wow. Man, that's, it's too bad, man. People got to, I guess the internet gives you that ability, to be someone you're not. And people just,
I apologize for giving that guy a platform. Like, and so many people are blinded by the fact that he catches predators that he can't do any other wrong. Like, yeah, he may save some kids, but how many victims does he have because of his scams, because of his manipulation, because of his abuse he can expand that abuse because of the reach and power that he has by having this platform. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword with him, and he uses the whole predator catching thing as a front to be evil behind it, and it's extremely fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it's like a dirty priest or something.
Absolutely.
He's fucking little kids, but yet, hey, he's a man of the Lord. He wouldn't do that, So, actually, speaking of that, have you caught any priests?
Caught a youth minister. That was my second most famous video ever. This was on the old channel. So he was a youth minister in this little suburb of Houston called Sugar Land.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and dude, let's see. I didn't know he was a youth minister when we caught him. I knew a month later, and he tried to message me. He tried to message me like the day before that I found out what he was. He's like, "Oh, I got fired from my job." I was like, "What was your job?" "I was an event planner." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So when I found out he was a youth minister, like I was this close to like having some sympathy and like turning off the comments or something. Like, I was softer back then. I was like 19. I didn't want, I was kind of scared of like any repercussions from doing this. But, I was this close to like kind of like helping him a little bit. But then when I find
Whoops. You there, man?
Yeah, no. So when I found out he was a youth minister, I stopped. All leeway that I might have potentially was going to give him went out the window and shit. So the fact that he would lie about that, and he got fired from his church, made the Houston news. He became super famous. Then in May of 2020, got arrested for a DUI.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, his life's gone. His life's gone really downhill. And despite working in a Catholic church during the video, he could not give a confession at all. So, I was like horrible Catholic.
Yeah.
But fucking, no. So every time I try to post it on this new channel, he keeps taking down the video. But I know it's on YouTube somewhere. Like somebody's posted it to where that he doesn't know about it yet. So I forgot where it's at though. But I have the video on my computer though.
Oh, okay. So you can always. So what happens when you upload it? Does he flag it? Is that what goes on?
Nah, privacy complaint. So privacy complaints don't impact your channel. Like it's not a penalty. I mean, they take the video down. I guess it impacts the channel, but it's not a hey, if you keep getting privacy complaints, you know, we can do this and this and this to you. See, I don't know if you keep uploading the same video and the same guy keeps giving you privacy complaints. I don't know what YouTube can do. Like I'm scared of that because they're very like, you know, they're very unpredictable. So, yeah, he flags it for privacy, but that's not a violation of YouTube's terms of service or anything. Or like it doesn't give you a penalty, I mean, I should say.
Right, but it's just you have a privacy flag, be warned kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Have any of the predators found their videos, like stumbled across them and been like, "You son of a bitch, you put this up"?
Oh, none of came, I mean, I'm sure they've been angry at me, but none of came at me angry because they know that I'm the gatekeeper to the video. So, you know, they've been polite and or begging to me, and I think I've taken down one video, but that was like one of my first catches. It was like a 20-year-old, so I gave him some leeway. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just like, oh fuck you, man.
Do these guys ever? How about the ones that really genuinely want help? Do they actually follow through, or they just kind of say it? Is it lip service kind of thing?
Well, the ones that genuinely want help are the ones that get help. Like everybody can say they genuinely want help, but the ones that are just genuine about it are the ones that go get it. So I have not posted 3 videos of people that have gotten help, and it sucks because those people that have gotten help, those have been like really good videos. So, you know, I think I put morals over money by like 1% maybe. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, but no, you know, they got help, and I gave them my word, like, hey, if you get help, you check in with me. You know, I can work with you. And one of them has been checking in with me for over a year, since September 5th, 2019, just every Friday. Like he doesn't even go to therapy anymore. He moved out of Houston because his job just laid him off for some other reason. But yeah, no, he just checks in with me every Friday and just still tells me like how it's going and shit. And he's really changed his life. Like not only does he not do this shit anymore, he also has lost weight and focused more on his work. Like he's like, yeah, I've been getting employee of the month and shit, which is weird. Well, I guess he got laid off because of COVID, so it's different. You know, so it's good to see.
Well, it's good. I mean, because you don't usually hear, because I think that's something mental, man. I don't know if that can necessarily be helped. I think these people are just
well. I will say the ones that go after the 8-year-old don't get any leeway. You know what I mean? Like these are ones that we're going after, like Jackson, for example, the 14-year-old. Not saying like that's okay. I'm just saying, like, you know, doesn't necessarily make you a fucking pet, like attractive prepubescent. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. 8 years old. That's a whole new neighborhood there, man.
Oh yeah. No, they can all go fuck themselves.
Wow. Well, I mean, they're all nasty, but obviously, you know, when you're going those ages, it's like, okay, dude, you're in single digits now.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I've been posing as 8-year-olds so much recently. So, you know, there's no gray area. You know what I mean? Like I'm confronting pedophiles.
Right.
And that's really what I want. Like I want to expose the creepiest, the sickest. I want to expose people that have more than likely done this before. So there's somebody out there that can feel that sense of justice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, and have you ever caught any female predators?
No, I've talked to, like, I can't say a bunch, but I've talked to quite a few. And we were close to catching one. We had a sting house in February 2020. God damn, man, we're running on fucking CP time like a motherfucker that day. She gets to the sting house before we do.
Oh shit!
And we see her car in the street, and she drives off, man. It was so close. But female predators are like, you know, if they're good looking and they send a nude, they're like, you want to see another one? I'm like,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
In this case, because she's an adult, really.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it, man.
But there are female predators, contrary to popular belief, because I know most of the ones, obviously everyone you've caught that I've seen are all male, but there are female predators out there.
There are female predators. There are. And they can fuck someone up just as much.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's still a sexual offense, obviously. It's still pedophilia. So but I love the excuses these guys throw out too. The big ones, I was gonna mentor them, or
Right.
the second one of they a lot of them use the COVID thing now.
Oh, they do? Oh, I'm in fucking Texas. I don't give a shit about that here. But freaking, yeah, the COVID. Oh, yeah, I see him on CC Unit. Yeah. He's like, oh, COVID's making me lonely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there was, I think, one on your channel, maybe even one on Rami's channel, or a few, because I've heard that a few times. That's not the first time I've heard that. So
Yeah, no, like I've seen them bring up COVID, like to not take off their mask and shit. But like, as for meeting the kid, I've only seen that on CC Units.
yeah, man. Well, hey, listen, man, this is great that you were able to spend this time, coming on the show and whatnot. Give your information if people want to come check out your videos or donate or do whatever they do.
All right. Well, the YouTube is Predator Poachers, like just Predator, and then Poachers, as in you're poaching like the elephant or something. The Instagram to follow us on there to know when videos are posted is Predator Poachers V6. The Snapchat is Shibo16. I post, notification on there also. Ladies, my number is 832. Just kidding. I have a girlfriend. And freaking, if you want to donate, just donate your time by watching our content and,
Nice.
sharing it. That's the best way, honestly. So, hell yeah.
Don't you have a PredatorPoachers.com, or is that no longer active?
Oh, we used to have that because we were demonetized on our first channel. So, I had no money to do this. But now YouTube gives us ads, and if people like us, they become a member for like $2.99 a month for like phone calls and all that crap. But yeah, no, the best way to support is just by watching our content, sharing it, because we're doing this nationwide now, so we could very well be doing a catch on someone no matter where you are in America. So.
Nice. Wish you guys would do one here in Vegas, man. But unfortunately, I don't hang in circles where pedophiles are, so I wouldn't know where to find them.
Yeah, no, we're coming to Las Vegas next month, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, like we're yeah, no, that's just for my 21st. I'm not going to gamble or anything like that, but I've been wanting to go to the buffets there. And shit.
Dude, hit me up. I'll take you out and we'll go to this bar I like to go to, man. It's called the Rum Runner.
Oh, I don't want to drink, bro. But would you go to the buffets though?
Oh yeah, I love food.
Dude, are like the buffets they're good as shit, like at Caesar's Palace and all that?
I never go to the buffet. I think they're very expensive, but hey, if you're in town and that's what you want to do, I'll go to a buffet. I'm not going to turn down food. So I would roll the but so you do not drink, huh? Oh. Okay, sorry. This you cut out there for a second. I was going to say, yeah, no, the buffets are expensive. I don't usually eat at them, but hey, I'm down. If you're in town, I'll definitely roll with you.
Dude, hell yeah, I'll hit you up. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Absolutely. Well, this has been the Nothing Sacred interview with Alex Rosen of Predator Poachers. I am Maxwell Silverhammer, and that's the story there, bitches. Peace.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. With Maxwell Silverhammer. We are nothing sacred. With cruise control.